First of all, crowdsourcing is not new. Even the crowdsourcing for innovation is not new. Kings and queens for hundreds of years have made open public calls to solve difficult technical problems. To organizations, I suggest they kind of start with a list. The first question is, the whole idea of crowdsourcing for innovation is, do companies see this somebody out there as a crowd of either experts or users who has the relevant knowledge for the problems that they're trying to solve? The second question is really, is there perhaps a crowd out there who might not have the relevant knowledge for solving the problem, but might have the relevant knowledge for evaluating the solutions that company already came up with? Oftentimes, crowdsourcing is sort of a focus group on steroids. Threadless is a great example of such website, where if you're not willing to buy a t-shirt that somebody has designed, there is no point of mass producing those t-shirts. The next question is really, can we formulate a problem for people to solve or evaluate in a way that allows people to really contribute? In academic language, we ask, is the problem decomposable? The reason being is that if the problem is such that the relevant knowledge for solving this problem or even evaluating the solution is deeply embedded in companies' processes and prior products and services, it's maybe impossible to articulate that knowledge for the solvers. The second aspect of it is, even if possible, it may be proprietary, so you may not want to share it with everybody. And the third issue is, in majority of crowdsourcing solutions and models, the solvers or people contributing are not really compensated for the research on the problem. So if you're asking them to learn everything your company knows, for a tiny chance of winning a small prize, it just doesn't make sense. They would not be investing unless it's a kind of pro-social motivation. Then people would actually invest in learning because they really want to contribute. The next question, of course, even if all this is perfectly aligned, is there anybody out there who would be willing to contribute? That's the question of crowd motivation. Can we motivate the people who have the right knowledge and the problem is great to actually come? And this goes back to, how do people get motivated to contribute online? I think the number one thing, people have to be interested. The intrinsic motivation, the desire to work on this particular problem or with these people is key. But beyond that, there are kind of three different motivators people tend to think about: money, glory, and love. It's called a social good. So is there a prize? If it's something that's perhaps less exciting and interesting, there has to be some monetary reward. Is there something where if you win, you'll be world famous, solving an open-ended problem? Even if the money is not that big, people want this glory. And then, of course, there's many very successful platforms, like, for example, OpenIDO.com, where people get motivated by the social good that they can do, so the love factor. The fifth one is really about how proprietary do you want the solution and information to be. So if you're a non-profit, you only really want to be concerned with the top four that I said. The fifth part of it is, can we protect proprietary results, or can we protect the problem itself? Because some of the intellectual property is embedded in the problem formulation. In fact, people rumor that there are scouts out there for R&D type of open innovation sites looking for whether somebody is revealing interesting proprietary problems. In a nutshell, those 5 factors kind of forms a strategic sweet spot. There is more to the stories than just strategy. Kind of your own company's philosophy also matters.